Mr. President, China, Russia, and Iran have interests in Venezuela. How does this operation affect your relationships with them when it comes to the oil and drugs?
In terms of China and Russia, well, Russia when we get things straightened out. But in terms of other countries that want oil, we're in the oil business. We're going to sell it to them, probably in much larger doses because they couldn't produce very much because their infrastructure was so bad.
Russia, China, and Iran, three of the Maduro regime's strongest allies, strongly condemning Maduro's removal from power, a dictator they rely on to advance their own regimes, of course. So will we see a domino effect on other U.S. adversaries? Our next guest says President Trump's response is just the first concrete action of his new national security strategy. VP of Atlantic Council's Latin American Center, Jason Marczak, is here to explain. Jason, thank you for joining us this morning. So, first of all, what is the effect of this on the Western Hemisphere and the region of South and Central America?
Well, look, Charlie, this is the president's actions yesterday is a wake-up call to our adversaries around the world who have significant interest in the Western Hemisphere, which is that the U.S. is watching, and the U.S. will advance our own national security interests in the hemisphere. Russia, Iran, China all have established deep relations with Nicolas Maduro over the years. Relying on Venezuela's oil for Iran and China and Russia. Russia, Iran have helped Maduro to avoid U.S. sanctions over the years. Russia supplied military equipment over the years. China supplies technology over the years. Just last year, actually, Russia and Venezuela signed a new cooperation agreement. So this action yesterday is a huge wake-up call and also shows that some of these adversaries, in the end, have very little power to keep some of their friends in their own power when things go awry.
Were you surprised by the fact that absolutely no one came to Maduro's aid?
No, I mean, look, it shows the very limited capacity for Russia, in particular, Iran as well, to be able to project power outside of their own sphere of influence.
Interesting.
We've seen diminished Russian ability to be able to help to upgrade the military equipment that it sold to Venezuela in the past. And what we've seen is just simply statements that have come from those countries.
Yeah, well, speaking of those statements, I want to play for you a quick clip from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for China in reaction to this.
China is deeply shocked by and strongly condemns the U.S. blatant use of force against a sovereign state and action against its president. Such hegemonic acts of the U.S. seriously violate international law and Venezuela's sovereignty and threaten peace and security. China firmly opposes it. We call on the U.S. to abide by international law and the purposes and principles of the UN Charter and stop violating other countries' sovereignty and security.
Do you think that that will be the extent of China's response to this?
I mean, China won't have the capacity to be able to project more power into Venezuela this time. I think what China's going to seek to do is what's been doing over the last decade or so, which is trying to use this as an opportunity to further establish its relations with other countries across Western Hemisphere, to say basically trust us and don't trust the United States. But what we've seen is that countries, largely, I see this when I travel all around the region, Charlie, countries prefer to work with the United States than to work with China.
Well, it is remarkable, especially when you consider how much the United States has allowed China to play games in the Western Hemisphere. Jason Marczak, thank you so much.
Thanks, Charlie.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.